Hello, Faye Bryant here with another daily devotion. I'm going to let you know up front, I have gotten behind on recording these, and so the next several that you see, I'm going to look very much like I do right now because I don't want to keep all of these from you. I want to get them done and get them up because while I was on vacation, I played hooky from this. I am so sorry. But at the same time, I'm not because we all need some self-care time. At any rate, today we are looking at Psalm 147:3. He heals the brokenhearted and bandages their wounds. Ooh, let's talk. The people of Israel had been exiled as the consequence of their choice to reject God and his ways. Since God's presence rested on the temple in Jerusalem, they were in actuality sent away from his presence. Where God's presence is, there is peace, joy, and life. When his presence is gone, there is turmoil, chaos, and sorrow, whether the reason for what's being experienced is understood or not. Here the psalmist recounts how God is rebuilding Jerusalem and bringing his people back. These broken, hurting children return to his presence where their wounds of mind, heart, and soul are cleansed, treated, and healed. God does this for us. When we choose self over him, and isn't all sin just that, a pleasing of self? We walk out of his presence into exile where turmoil, chaos, and sorrow soon fill us. Not just a guilty conscience sort of thing, but an overwhelming sense of loss, a feeling that the world is just not right, and that no matter what we try, we cannot change that. Hopelessness rules. Thankfully, God builds our Jerusalems too. When we choose him through confession, agreeing with him that what we've done is wrong, repentance, turning from the sin back to him, he is completely faithful and perfectly just to forgive all our sin and cleanse us from all unrighteousness. He returns us to his presence, where we again experience peace, joy, and real life. Are you living in exile today, my friend? Are you captive to the things you thought were wonderful, freeing, and fun? Do you feel like your life is only aimless wandering? Choose God. If you've never accepted his free gift of life through the sacrifice of Jesus, today is your day. Step into God's presence by leaving your old life behind and entering new life through salvation. If you've known salvation but are now outside God's will, living the exiled, unprotected life, return to him. Simply agree with him that the choices you made were against him and his will for you. Then turn away from those things that keep you separated from his presence. His love for you has not waned, not one iota. Sin, however, removes us from that closeness, from the walk with him, from the joy of our salvation. Today, let's all head back to our Jerusalem, that place of God's presence, of his touch, of living in his will. Let's rest in his healing touch, feeling our wounds from exile bandaged and cared for. Then, let's maintain that residence by choosing him over all pleasure, over all desires, over everything else, every moment of every day. Coffee, Bible, journal. It seems easy to say, I know, but at the same time, it is simple. It is a simple answer to an age-old problem. When we choose other than God, we end up in a place where we're truly not happy. We may think we are for a time, but then we're not. So let's choose him today. Let's choose to move back into that close relationship with him. Let's choose to be in his presence instead of separated from it. As I said before, simply confess that agree with him that what you have done and how you have been living was wrong and was against him. And then tell him that you do not want that life anymore. And as you tell him that, you decide from that moment on, you're going to set that stuff away. It's not you anymore. And as you do that, he will help you walk that life. He will. Just ask. He's waiting. If you would like to, I would love to see some of the comments that you have, thoughts that you're thinking. Drop those below in the comment section. If you'd like to see more of these, be sure to click over here and subscribe. Let me know what you're thinking. Subscribe. Hit the bell so that you get the notifications when these go live. And if you want to see some of the other videos I've done, click over here. For now, I'm Faye Bryant. Bye.